So Jessica, how have you been since we met last week at the literacy office?
I've been great.
Good. I enjoyed meeting you last week when we took a look at the workbooks we'll be using. But when I took lessons to learn how to become a tutor, they suggested that at our first meeting, we take some time to get acquainted. We can look at the books next week, okay?
Okay, I mean, to tell you the truth, I was a little nervous about starting the books anyways. I really struggle with reading and writing, especially in front of people.
It's perfectly natural to be nervous. To be honest, I'm a little nervous too. This is the first time I've ever tutored. Look, why don't we agree to help each other out? You tell me when I'm not explaining things clearly, and I'll tell you when there's something I'm not sure of.
I didn't know there would be things that you didn't know.
Just look at it as we're both learning together. So, let's get started. You mentioned at the literacy office last week that one of the reasons you signed up was because of your daughter. Tell me more.
Well, the most important thing for me is to be a good mom. I want to be able to read to my daughter and help her with her homework whenever she starts school. It's just really important for me to be there for her, whatever she needs. Sometimes I can fake it, but lately she's been bringing these books home from preschool and wants me to read to her. I don't want her to know that I can't read.
That is really important. How old is she?
Sophie, she's 5.
Sophie. It's a great name. I have a niece named Sophie.
My Sophie's named after my grandma.
It's nice. Your grandma must be a neat person. I'm sure we can work on those things that will help you read those books to Sophie. So, Jessica, when we meet each week, we want to be sure to work on the things that you want to work on. So why don't you tell me some of the things you've had trouble reading, and we can look into a way to work those into our lessons.
Well, I was laid off at my job, so I need to find work as soon as possible, but it's been hard. And to make things worse, Sophie's been sick. My friend Olivia came over to babysit while I went to some places to see if they needed any help.
Is she all right?
Yeah, she's good. How's the job search going?
Terrible. What about that job you were telling me about?
Oh, yeah, I'll text you later. Sophie's asking for you to come read her story.
Would you mind doing it? It's just I have so much I have to do, and I left my
Sure.
glasses in the car.
Sure, I can stay a little longer.
We are going to use this list to make sure we work on goals that you think are important. Do you want to put reading to Sophie as one of your goals?
Yeah, that's one of my most important goals.
You mentioned that you're looking for a job. Tell me more.
The next morning, I called the place that Olivia had told me about.
Hi. I'm calling about your job opening. My friend told me to call and ask for Michelle.
I found out that the pay was good and that I was qualified for the job, but the problem was they told me I had to fill out an application online.
Can I just come in and fill one out there? All right. Thank you.
I don't have a computer, so I don't have any way of doing it online. I guess I could have asked Olivia for help, but then she would have found out I can't read. Plus, I don't even know how to use the computer, much less find the application. So I just hung up the phone.
Yeah. Finding a job can be stressful, even for good readers.
Then I started to get a headache. So I went to take some aspirin, and when I tried to read how much I needed to take on the bottle, all the letters just ran together, which made my head hurt even worse.
Would it help if we worked on job applications?
Yes, that would help so much.
We can use the library computer to find the application.
I didn't know we could use the computers here. Could you show me how?
Sure. We could finish the application before we leave today.
Could we add working on job applications to my list?
Yes, we can. Let's add working on job applications and using the computer. You mentioned you had difficulty reading the aspirin bottle. Tell me a little bit more.
I couldn't figure out how many to take. The letters were really small and the words seemed to run together.
So what did you end up doing?
I just took a couple. I couldn't figure out the proper dosage.
It's important to take the correct amount of aspirin and any other type of medication. Taking too much can be harmful. When you take medication, you need to be sure to take the proper dosage, not only for your safety, but for your daughter's safety too.
Yeah, I know.
Let's add reading medication bottles to your goals list.
Can I add something else to my list?
Sure. These are your lessons and goals. You can add, change, or replace them whenever you like.
Well, with Sophie's birthday coming up next month, I'd really like to bake her a cake. Can you help me read the instructions so I know how to make it? I just really want to make her something nice this year.
Why don't you bring the box to our next lesson and we'll practice reading it? I'm sure after a few lessons you'll be able to read the directions. We can start next week.
Okay. I was really nervous about coming in here, but because I don't really like telling strangers that I can't read. But it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Okay, I mean, it's gonna be fun.
Reading should be fun, and we'll work on all your goals. This will be a fun adventure for you, Jessica.
Well, I'm glad I called. Can't wait till next week.
Me too. So what kind of books does Sophie like?